Good morning. Ready for your breakfast? Hey bud. Good morning. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I thought today I would just do a little day in the life because I'm spending the whole day at the yard. Harper's with her grandparents because I'm usually in work on a Monday, but I've got the day off, so I thought I'm going to spend the whole day here. I'll take you along. I've got loads to do. The tack room's a mess, the feed room's a mess. I'm going to do some groundwork with this little monkey, and I'm going to do hello, some pole work with Bambi. Bambi's got her breakfast already and the boys are just waiting for theirs because their pink mash is soaking. And then I'm gonna crack on with my jobs and then I'll come back to you. I'm not gonna do the whole mucking out thing because it's quite boring, and then I will take you along with the rest of my day. Is anybody else's horse like really not like going out in the winter? So I feel like every morning I have to drag her out to the field. I don't know, there's not much grass, but I do put hay out. And she's literally going out for an hour, and I can guarantee she'll stand at the gate and wait for me. But if I don't put her out, she's unbelievably moody, so I just can't win with her. Come on, girl. Oh well. See what I mean? She's just stood here watching to see if Buddy or Frankie come, and she doesn't even go out with them. I keep her separate to the boys because they all get a little bit protective of each other, and Frankie starts kicking. So I know there's no grass there, but it's down there, and you've got hay. Go on. I know. It's cold as well, isn't it? The boys will come in this field for an hour later because their field is absolutely trash from where they've been out. She literally follows me like a hawk. Oh yeah, she plays with the jumps most days. Bambi! Oh, I know. Still stood there. Go and eat, go and play. She's like, nah, I'll wait for you to come back and get me. I think he's all done and he's got his net. He'll go out this afternoon for an hour with Buddy. Well, might just go out on his own and I'll hang graze Buddy. Want to say hello? Bambi's stable has gotten so clean. She literally does a couple of drop-ins here that ends up in one big mess. You have to dig for them. And then drop-ins there. She does kick her bed the whole way forward. But for a big horse, her bed's getting so much cleaner. So that's Buddy all mucked, bed up. He's got his hay net. He's got some fresh water. He's had his breakfast. He will have a hang graze later because short periods of time in the field just don't do it for him, and he just doesn't catch. So we're working on that, and he's actually being so much better. And yeah, he's just going to chomp on his hay for the morning, and then I'll hang graze this afternoon and do some groundwork with him. So the state of the tack room and the state of the feed room is just one of them things because I just don't have the time at the minute with work and obviously no daylight, and just between the baby, the work, getting all three mucked out, trying to get Bambi worked, trying to do some groundwork with Buddy so we can build some trust, the likes of keeping the tack room and the feed room tidy are just things that I just don't have time for, so they're the last thing on my mind. And I don't ever get a day down the yard on my own like this that I am today anymore, because obviously I'm always pushing home for the baby. So it feels weird that I'm here on my own, and I've been here since 8 o'clock and I'm just cracking on, and I'll go home and I'll feel better, like a weight's being like lifted off my shoulders when everywhere's tidy and the place doesn't look like a bomb's hit it. how embarrassing is this for the state of a feed room? So this pile of hay I'm going to use with them hay nets in a minute. That's a pile of rubbish. Those rugs just need to be folded and put away. It's just like fleeces, and when I've just given them baths and they've all just been lashed in here. More rubbish for the tip. A big pile of hay, that is like the scraggly bit that needs to go in the mucky, but there's definitely a mouse like nest in the corner of that because I've seen them running down the walls. So this definitely is due a tidy up. It's disgusting, it's embarrassing. If there's thick with dust all like on the shelf. So that is one of my jobs today. One job done, finally clean. I can roll the big bale of haylage in now. Once I've cleaned the tack room, I'll put all these rugs away, and then them buckets will just slide into the corner because they're my feed buckets and my top up buckets. It's actually some fun for because I don't even use any of them up there, so I don't know why I don't just put them in the bin, but clearly I'm a hoarder. So yeah. So Bambi's been out since 8:30. It's now 10:10 and she's still stood here. She looks like she's had a roll. And that's about it. You coming in then? Grumpy. Come on. So I've just popped out to pick up a new tripod for my camera so that I can have this camera in the arena and the pivot and try and get footage of me riding without someone being there from kind of every angle. I find sometimes with the pivot it loses you, so you lose all the good bits. So I've also picked up some snacks for the day, and I've just got a McDonald's breakfast because I am starving. But I feel like my days just took a turn and I don't think it's all going to go to plan now. The electrician, who is my cousin, has just rang me to say that he's at my workplace picking up the cameras that are going into the stables because they were in one of the safe containers, and he's sending 2 of the lads up to actually put the wiring in and fit the cameras. So now I don't know how much noise is going to be going on, which means Buddy and Frankie are going to have to go out in the backfield. Bambi can probably go back in her field even though she doesn't want to be out, and I'll have to just try and drag her in, tie her up, groom her and do what I need to do and then get ridden. But yeah, I was going to go from here to go and get some shavings and some feed and things like that, but I'll have to go back to the yard, see what's going on first, possibly sort the tack room out because then I can go to the tip, and then on the way home from the tip I can go and get shavings and feed, and I'll just have to go from there. But my plan of the day is now probably not going to work, which is highly annoying because I have one day to myself to get stuff done, but never mind, see what happens. When I said the feed room is embarrassing, this is even worse. So these are cables that and the electrician stuff, but all of this, them clothes need to go home, all them boxes are for the tip. That's all rubbish that I took out the back of the pickup truck, which wasn't mine. Underneath that minty rug is all clean stuff that needs to be sold, and even the boxes with all my rugs in are just in a mess. So I'm gonna see if I can get this sorted before the electrician gets here, and then it's one job out the way. Okay, so this pile here is all tack and rugs to sell, so I'm gonna clean all that. So follow us on Instagram because I'm gonna put all that on there. There's Rambo rugs, there's that navy one's a full rug, there's Dion Gracon bridles in there, there's loads of tack in there, Ariat boots that I've barely worn, brand new like coolers, a Shire's one. All of that is the electrician stuff and the ladder, so when they finish today or tomorrow they'll take that with them. This box here is unfortunately Kipper's ashes, and we just haven't got anywhere for them to go because the box is so big that she is unfortunately still here. We are going to make some form of planter, and we've got a rose bush for her, so I think we're going to actually bury her with the rose bush, and I am having a ring made out of her ashes. Boots, shoes that I'll obviously go home in. That is full of lunge and stuff, pads, rugs, That bag is the clothes that all need to go home to be washed. I've got my 4 lock and fringe box from last month that I haven't actually done anything with yet. Grooming bag, jump saddle. I don't have enough room in the tack locker for all 3. The bottom one is actually Kipper's, so with that not being in use, I've left that in because I don't want it to go all horrible. But I physically don't have any more room in here. It's just, it doesn't even close, to be honest. And then down there is just like a box of medical stuff, shampoos, another box of boots, washing stuff, Harper's hat. Let's see if I can close. Oh, okay, it's shut. And then when you look inside the car is full of all kinds of just rubbish. Boxes from like the poly jumps and the car charger that I had put in and things like that. So I'm going to take that to tip. Well, actually I'm going to put the horses out first, then I'm going to go the tip, and then I'm going to go the feed shop. So surprisingly, caught Mr. Buddy Bear first go. So I was going to say something then about Marie Hackett, is it? I'm part of her Patreon page online, and you pay monthly for it. And the groundwork that she has put in play is amazing for like building, let me unclip you, steady building like bonds and stuff. And he has actually come such a long way, like more like about learning when they say no straight away and things like that. So that's not what I was going to say. I was going to say something else, and it was to do with Buddy and catching and her, but now I don't know what. So they are out. I don't know how long they're going to be out there for. I'm hoping only an hour or 2, and then I can get them in and I can do some groundwork with him, because I want to do her podcast. You put obviously your headphones in, listen to the podcast as you're doing your groundwork, and she's basically talking you through the session. So I'll link the page in the description because it's so useful, and for £5 a month the information and the tools that she gives you, even written podcasts, are just amazing. Very local feed shop to me. It's quite expensive for what you're buying, but it's the closest one to me, and when I've got loads to do, that's where I just go. So I got them all a grass block from the shop because they love these and they're gone in a day, and a liquor each for the 2 big ones, and then I'm just waiting for some shavings to come out, and then I can head back to the yard. So the boys have ate most of their hay. Frankie, he's watching the electrician. They're too nosy on what's going on down there, but they won't go and eat their hay. So I'm just poo picking whilst I wait for them to put the cables in the stables, so then I can bring Bambi in and Tahoe. I decided to put out the Christmas tree exercise, and that's probably as Christmassy as my vlogs are ever going to get. well, for this year anyway, knowing full well really that it was going to be too much for her. So I just began by working on my transitions with Bambi, and you'll see from that transition, the walk-trot transitions are so much better. The canter transitions to begin with were quite sticky, and she really struggles on the left rein to pick up canter. The right rein isn't too bad. I did lose quite a lot of the footage, and where I thought I was being clever by having my vlogging camera on a tripod and the pivot on obviously the tripod in a different position, didn't work. My vlogging camera, although it picked up everything that I tried to record, it just, you basically see me just cut across the school and come back. So whereas this vlog probably would have been like an hour, I've ended up just cutting all that out. He decided to go back to being stubborn Bambi and napping, and I have no idea what she was scared of in this corner because she'd been stood there all day in the field. But that's just Bambi and her being a baby. So yeah, as we went through the session, you'll see the pivot loses us quite a bit, which is a real shame because some of the canter work once we got there was actually really good with it, but it's like if you get too close to the pivot at a high speed that it just can't keep up with you. So we lose quite a bit of that, so apologies if it feels like it's a little bit stop-start, but by the end you should hopefully see some really good transitions in the canter, and I was really, really pleased with. I think I've even put a little caption on saying she nailed it, because one of them she really struggles with. I did start trying to use the poles to get her to pick up the canter, and it really, really worked. So all in all, I was really, really happy with the session. Buddy in the big field. And there's walkers, if you can see them through the gap down there. He's now loose with a head collar and lead rope on. Petrified. Steady. Steady. What happened? Good boy. Ooh. Steady, I know. Ooh. Right. They scared him. Right, should we try again? Frankie, I'll come back for you. Then I literally went straight from catching him to taking him to the arena, because I thought you need something to think about and focus on instead of being so skittish and scared of life. So I didn't get a chance to actually do the podcast that I wanted to do for Miri Hacker, but we've been practicing from the videos that I've following from her Patreon page. So these are just a couple of the patterns that she teaches. And firstly, we do the follow and focus, so it's just getting him to follow you, stop, walk back. Walking back was obviously movement through his shoulders, and then you also want them to bring the hind leg under, which is where you'll see where I'm turning him and sort of bending him and moving him around in a circle. You want his front leg to still be moving, but his hind legs to be coming under. So I literally just did 5-6 minutes of this, and the relaxation from him by the end is so nice. So I will put her link to the Patreon page in my description, and you should follow her on Instagram because it's Miri Hacker. I think her Instagram page is Hacker Equine. But she is so useful. She's so nice. I've been on a Zoom with her as well, and I was asking her questions about Bambi, and I just can't rate her enough because I think she's fab. I think what she does is amazing, and the difference in Buddy from just doing this in handwork has been incredible. decided to just fill all the nets that I had, because then I've got extra for the week. It saves me, if I'm in a rush one night, having to do nets. So I'm just doing their dinners. The boys have got pink mash and they'll get the Denji Cool condition and shine chaff, same as Bambi. She's got the Cool mix and she'll get Speezy Beat and the Max Gut Health supplement with hers, and then that is them done. That is me nearly done. I am just gonna skip the bed did all skip, they just need to be put down. She's being groomed off and had a rug put on. I have no idea what footage I've got from the pivot of hair on my phone, because I heard my phone ring and it's cancelled, so I think I've only got like 10 maybe 15 minutes and I don't even know if it's any good. But the warm up in the beginning, I think that's all gone. I don't think that recorded, which was a shame because she actually went really well for me. The canter transitions were a bit sticky, but by the end, hopefully I've got some footage of that, because then by the end you'll see how much they got better. And then after Buddy running off, I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother doing any in-hand work with him. And then as I was walking back up through the little field up to the stables, I thought, you know what, he's not going in his stable, he needs something to think about. It took me about 10 minutes to finally catch him, and then after he'd run off I caught him within seconds. So yeah, all in all, a very, very productive day for me, which was nice. I haven't had a day down the yard on my own, just getting stuff done since before the baby was born, and she's 1 next week, so a long time. So yeah, I am very happy. All in all, very good day. Once I'm finished here, I've literally just got to walk over there, pick her up, go home. Thanks, Bubs. Go home, tea, bath, bed for Harper, tea, bath, bed for me. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully we can get Bambi's loading issue sorted in the next couple of weeks, and then in the new year I can get it out somewhere new and start tackling new venues, so she can start progressing with things like high jumping. And I just needed to be forward before we start doing that. But I'm thinking the Patreon page that I was telling you about earlier, the Miri Hackett stuff, is hopefully going to be really good for her to get her loading. There's like certain patterns that you do in the school, like in hand, and then you can use that loading. She's just loving it. Like I have ordered like a rope head collar and lead rope with no buckle on it, so that when you do certain things it doesn't hit them. So hopefully that comes this week, and then I can crack on with that and try and incorporate that into getting it in the trailer. But thanks for watching. Hopefully see you soon. I'm gonna try and get a lesson in next week. I wanted one today while I was off, but I just couldn't get one done. So hopefully you'll see us in a lesson.